Here we are then, welcome back to some more F1 2021 and another part of our Immersive Driver Career Mode with Mercedes. I forgot what team I was with there, but hopefully you guys are good and you're enjoying the series so far. Today we've got the British Grand Prix and we've also had another upgrade come in, another ultimate chassis upgrade, so you can see how much better we are getting. We've got another one in the pipeline for the 22nd of July, so that should be in place for Hungary. So this is going to be a real big performance increase. Look at Haas, by the way, from Austria all the way to Britain. They have now caught up to the midfield. What an upgrade they have had. And hopefully we'll see them maybe getting into the points at some point during this season. But we are very close to maxing out the car. The season so far, very consistent. We've finished in the top 2 in the last 4 Grand Prix. Have only won one of them in Portugal, but we are leading the championship by 9 points from Max Verstappen in second, who failed to score for the first time this season in Austria. Lewis Hamilton got his first win of the season last time out in Austria. He was very, very good there, and now going into our home Grand Prix, it's going to be very interesting to see who comes out on top. So let's see what happens in qualifying. Well, here we go. First timed lap then of the British Grand Prix for us, and we go second, 1.1 seconds behind Max Verstappen, but I do firmly believe that we can massively improve on that. We were trapped behind the McLaren for the first sector of that last lap, so I do firmly believe that we can do better and will do better. You know, we have had very good qualifying results here in the past, so I do expect us to improve, but it is all about the tyre temperatures at this point. You can't really do 2 time laps because the tyres are very hot, so I think a bit of a cool down lap is required, so we'll see how we get on. We'll go one more lap probably after this to try and secure our spot. Well, comfortably through in Q1 in P10, but hopefully we can improve in qualifying too. Well, as you can see, with 3 minutes to go, we are currently through on the medium tyres, but it is a bit of a risk to stay out there when, you know, anybody like Bottas could go out there and put in a soft tyre lap. So we're going to go out there on the softs just to make absolutely sure that we get through. It was an excellent lap on the mediums, but just a couple of tenths shy of probably what we needed to be comfortable of getting through. So we'll get out there, we'll put in a soft tyre lap and make sure that we get through. Well, as you can see, we're about half a second up and we do need it. And well, we haven't got through anyway. We haven't got through anyway. We're only P11 after everybody went through. And that is a huge shock, a huge disappointment. And Lewis Hamilton nearly went out as well. Goodness me. That was an interesting qualifying session where we've just been caught out at the end. And we haven't been quick enough. P11 on the grid. Well, I suppose we'll be the first driver on medium tyres, but that is a disaster.
We return once again then to the home of British motorsport and the birthplace of the Formula One World Championship. It's race day here at Silverstone and it's time for the British Grand Prix. The 3.6 miles of the Silverstone circuit in Great Britain is hallowed ground to the Formula One faithful. We have 18 corners that wrap around this former World War II airbase and some good passing opportunities at the end of the DRS zones. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. A fantastic effort from Pierre Gasly yesterday puts him on pole, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Perez, Bottas, Tsunoda, the captain, and Lewis Hamilton. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Stroll, Vettel, Christian Lundgaard, and Ocon, Joe, Russell, Nicholas Latifi, and Mick Schumacher. Norris, they've taken a grid penalty, and Nikita Mazepin. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Well, what on earth has happened?
I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
I mean, Lewis Hamilton has taken a grid penalty from pole position. Pierre Gasly qualified P2. That is unbelievable. I cannot believe that Gasly has managed that. And, well, I mean, we're out there. We're hopefully going to absolutely smash this race, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, we're going to be the first driver starting on mediums. I think trying something different has got to be good. I'm hoping that Pierre Gasly can stay in front of Max Verstappen. But, I mean, what a crazy grid that we've got. We've got Tsunoda ahead of us. We've got Lewis Hamilton behind us somehow. That's not good. That's going to disallow us from the formation lap, so we're going to just skip it and hope for the best here, but that's not the best preparation. Lights out, away we go here in Great Britain. It's a decent start off the grid considering plenty of action around us and a little bit of contact either side of us there. And we go down the inside of Sebastian Vettel. And we got a chance on our teammate Lewis Hamilton as well. Another little bit of contact with our teammate. And I think we're okay. I think we got away with it in terms of any damage, which is good. So we're back up to 9th, which is where we started, of course. But we didn't want to have to make contact with Lewis. And we were just being a little bit more aggressive than usual to try and make up for the fact that we're on the medium tyres. We need to make these work. We need to stay with these guys and try and stay in the DRS, particularly of Bottas ahead of us. So here we come towards the end of the first lap. Max Verstappen is leading, by the way. He's managed to get past Pierre Gasly, unfortunately. And now, let's see how we do getting on. Bottas says, yeah, Lewis Hamilton has come into the pit lane. I feel really bad about that. That's going to ruin his Grand Prix. Hopefully he can put on some hard tyres and go right to the end of the Grand Prix. But I'm hoping that these mediums shouldn't be too much slower than the soft tyre runners in front. Well, we're coming into the pits a lap earlier than scheduled to try and get a bit of an undercut. We have been going pretty well behind Bottas. We stuck to him the whole time. And now we're coming in. We're hopefully putting on the soft tyres.
Complete, go now.
And we're away in 2.9 seconds. It wasn't a very fast pit stop, put it that way. But if we come out just behind Nikita Mazepin on track, that should give us some clear air to go and pump in a really good outlap.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
And the idea being if we put in a really good outlap, we should be able to undercut Valtteri Bottas at the very least. And with that pit lane being a little bit busier, because more guys will be coming into the pits, hopefully some hold-ups will happen. At the very least, we should be able to undercut somebody. But we'll give it a go. We'll see. Well, here we come. And I'm not sure it's worked out. Because there are some of the guys. That's Tsunoda. Has Bottas pitted? I don't think Bottas has pitted, so I guess the second lap might well help us here.
Seconds.
Well, we've come out just behind Yuki Tsunoda. Bottas still hasn't come into the pits, so the Red Bull's going long. Well, we're coming round turn one now, and there's Bottas right in front of us once again. We go down the inside of Yuki Tsunoda, needed to make that move happen.
You made it look easy.
And although he tried to turn in on us, it didn't necessarily work out for him. And now we're right behind Valtteri Bottas on, in theory, better tyres. But it is just such a DRS train, that's the issue. Well, this has got to be the chance on Valtteri Bottas. We get the run on him. And we go down the inside and force him out wide. And we're through. So we're up to 7th. And you've got to feel like we're quicker than these guys in front. I'm not sure what's going on here, but we've just gone round the outside of Antonio Giovinazzi. We've still got 2 laps to go here. Pierre Gasly is the car in front of us. And I think Fernando Alonso must have wing damage because everybody is going slow behind him. And Pierre Gasly's going to be having a look at Sergio Perez now, potentially. Into Cobb's corner. Oh, that was so close. We had to back out of that. And now we're side by side into Maggott and Beckett. Well, Bottas has made contact with us. We've lost a little bit of side pod. This is so close now. We're going to be going 3 wide into Stowe.
Safety car right now, just be careful.
And this is where we had a big incident with Fernando Alonso, I think last year, and Antonio Giovinazzi is out of the session. Well, I'm not sure what happened to him. And we've got 1 lap to go. Can we keep up with Sergio Perez and maybe get a podium at our home circuit? Who knows? Let's find out. But we've also got to be thinking about defending from Pierre Gasly behind because we have got damage. Well, look at this. This is close racing with Perez, but I just don't think we're going to quite have enough downforce. Yeah, lucky not to get a corner cutting warning through there. Oh my goodness, we nearly went off there.
DRS will be offline. There's a fault with the rear.
Well, the DRS is offline as well. Oh, massive, massive collision with the wall. And we've got 2 punctures. I don't see how we're going to finish this. Hamilton's gone ahead of us. We've got a 10-second penalty. Oh, it's all gone wrong.
Last incident, 10-second time penalty.
Well, well, well. We're not going to get into the points now. Our British Grand Prix has once again capitulated on the final lap. Well, we're going to drive it into the pit lane. We're going to see the checkered flag. But you just cannot believe what has happened. We've got a 25-second penalty. I mean, speeding in the pit lane. What have we done there? How did we manage to speed in the pit lane? Well, it's been an absolute disaster.
All right, race over. Take care of the
At the end of this Grand Prix. And our first puncture in F1 2021. We were just trying to defend from Pierre Gasly. We got on the grass and then it was a big incident. And those tyres both blew.
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
Well, what an unfortunate end.
Look at how the drivers' standings have changed. Max Verstappen now leads the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
It's got to be Lando Norris, hasn't it? Smooth, confident and assured. I've got no doubt that he and his team are going to be over the moon with his performance today.
Let's move on to the constructors. Red Bull take over as championship leaders. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Well, what a horrible end to a great Grand Prix. We could have finished third. Should have finished fourth, at the very least. But we've ended up finishing 18th because of another last lap collision. And I think that's the second year in a row that that's happened. We had a big incident with Antonio Giovinazzi and Fernando Alonso a couple of years ago. And, well, that was a big disappointment. But that's where we'll leave it for today. If you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.